if this is the end of my video or if someone finds this, look for me in a shallow little grave in Tijuana. That's where I always wanted to end up. Probably shouldn't film that part.
Previously on Sailing Adrift, we ate some delicious donuts from Joe's in Sandy, Oregon, entered the weird new reality of quarantine life, and spent some quality time in the aft cabin. We discovered a great product called Peel Ply, and with a little help from our extended crew, we were able to finish securing the bed frame in the aft cabin. Hi.
Hey.
It's 3:05.
Oh, okay. I got time. Oh, I have, 3 more pieces of this to install. This tape is awesome. I recommend it to anyone. I buy it at Tap Plastics here in Portland. Chop strand on this side and the best weave on this side, which means it conforms to curves and contours and all sorts of things like that. Plus, it allows you to tab non-structural things with one layer. I'm going to show you how to do this, and while I'm gone, I want you to do the rest of the boat.
Gotcha. That should be easy enough.
Yeah, no big deal. NDB.
Yeah. It's a ghost town.
Kelly, I think the airport's closed. I'm flying to San Diego and then going across the border to have dental work done in the middle of a quarantine. Because I'm smart. And my tooth hurts. So I will see you later.
Okay.
And I'll document my my adventure.
Good. We're gonna need that.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you too. Yeah, this is a new experience. I feel like I'm here after hours. At least I'll get the whole road to myself, I bet. All right, looks like we're boarding, but I'm gonna try to find a place to grab a quick snack. Snacks in hand, let's hope they don't leave without me. All right, I'm in. I'm one of 23 people on the flight. They're talking about me because I'm the last person. Oh well, San Diego, here I go. Should be exciting. So, you always got to look for the silver lining, and this is definitely qualifying. I am all by myself. I could stretch out clear across the aisle if I wanted to, because no one's allowed to get up. Settle in, watch a video. I'll be in San Diego before I know it.
Well, I just dropped my new husband off at the airport. He's decided to have some dental work done in Tijuana in the middle of a pandemic. With Chris gone, I kept myself occupied and my mind from wandering too much by watching that stupid tiger show everybody's been raving about. I did so half-heartedly while attempting various at-home workouts. Keepa was very supportive. But let's be real, we were both getting a little crazy.
Just got off the plane. This place is also dead and empty. Should be meeting my cousin Phil, who lives down here. I'm gonna stay with him and cross the border first thing in the morning. So that's the next adventure. It's nice here. Tropical.
This is bad weather.
Is it?
Yeah, it's okay.
Let's go to the bars.
At this point, we should probably mention that Chris actually needed a fair amount of dental work done. This work would have cost several $1,000s in the States and could be taken care of in Mexico for a fraction of the cost.
Apparently we're gonna park on this side, walk across the border, and catch a cab. Adventures, right? Here we go. Parked. Now I gotta head this way and cross the border. It's crazy. As soon as I crossed the border, everything turned into this weird sepia color. Just kidding, those are my sunglasses. Welcome to Mexico. How much for area? $15. Alright, let's figure out what we're supposed to be.
So today, I have been assigned a project to go clean the bilge. And what that means is the area at the bottom of the boat where all the water kind of funnels down to, it's really gross right now. So I'm gonna go scrub that, sand it down, and then we're gonna put a coat of primer and a coat of paint on it so that Chris can install the floor for the bathroom. It's gonna be really, really sweet to have a floor, finally. I'm going to suit up, get my mask on, and start sanding away. So smoky. So I started back there because gravity, and I figured I'd just slowly work my way down into this area because this is really the area that needs it most.
See how it's white, like it's already painted? Just kidding.
Well, that was fun. I think I'm about halfway there. It's hard to breathe. I got shit on my nose. I am nowhere close to being done, but I can't see what I'm doing. I'm gonna vacuum up a little bit and then see all the parts that I missed.
I just had a CT scan. I had to bite something and then it whirled around my head. So, my face is a bit numb, but everything went pretty well. Look at my face, it's numb. So the original plan was to have 2 procedures, one today and one on Friday. It's Wednesday now, but they aren't allowed to do it because it's not an emergency, the procedure on Friday. So I changed my flight and I'm back at the airport, heading home to Portland. Quick trip, but worth it.
Now that I've vacuumed, you can see how much of that powder from the fiberglass that it was. And I'm gonna go back and keep sanding.
So empty. See if I can find some snacks. Home sweet home! And I only took 2 ibuprofen today, so I'm tired. All right. Today, we're gonna work on that pesky insulation project in the aft cabin. We got it started a while back, but now it's time to actually start working out the logistics of the install. I've got the framing under the bed pretty much built, roughly. And then I've got to add a few other things like start framing out the bathroom, adding in the flooring there. But in the aft cabin under the bed, we want to insulate that with the product that we talked about before, this stuff. And then we're going to cover that with a white recycled plastic sheet, which will, you know, look aesthetically pleasing, make it easy to clean. And then on top of that, since it contours to the sides of the boat, we'll build some little shelving units that we can pull in and out as we need them. But here's the thing, there's nothing square in a boat, so you can't just take measurements and try to cut and then install the insulation. So what you've got to do is make templates. So the first thing I'm after this morning is I'm headed back to Lowe's and I'm going to pick up something called ram paper, I believe. But what we're going to use it for is making templates because it's stiff enough but flexible enough to really fit the bill for what we're looking for. Ram board. Yeah, that's what it's called. Home edition, I guess. $30 for 50 feet of the stuff. All right, quick and painless. But of course, I've got to fuel up with my favorite morning beverage. Starbucks. You can see it in the background. That was actually unintentional framing. But hey, serendipitous, am I right? I've had better, but only from Starbucks.
Crafting these templates was not an easy task. There's actually a fair amount of guesswork involved when forming them because of all the contours in the boat. Not to mention the gymnastics involved when you don't have a floor to stand on.
Good work there, Kelly. You have single-handedly performed the least fun job that I can think of on a boat. Sanding fiberglass, just a cloud of nasty, itchy, uncomfortable stuff.
She's got epoxy on her back right here.
Yeah, she should sand that off. Now what are you up to?
Now I'm gonna go Lysol the boat.
Lysol, disinfect it?
Get it clean.
Yep, she's going to wipe everything down with Clorox wipe and then wipe it down with acetone in preparation for paint.
Yeah, it's not easy to go stay up editing until 2 or 3 in the morning. I really am struggling to get back into the zone. The next step is to wipe everything down. I'm gonna use these, and then I'm gonna wipe everything down again with acetone. Next step, I got my primer right here. Paint tools right here, and I'm gonna pop this open and get going. Okay, I will say this is not the color I was expecting it to be. I was expecting white. I'm not sure why, but this is a cool color.
Color aside, there are a bunch of options for bilge paint, but they're all pretty darn expensive. So we went on the forums and found that a lot of people had success with Rust-Oleum Pro Enamel. We bought a can of that in white. We coupled that with their Rusty Metal Primer, which also works great on fiberglass.
Okay, are you ready to see the most dramatic result of the day? Here we go. Look at that. Oh, pretty good. Kind of shiny. I'm gonna call it a day. Clean up my mess here. I thought for sure this time would be different, but it wasn't. Check this out. Yep. And I ruined my pants. What are you doing in here?
It's arts and crafts time. I just have one more cut to make, and you can come see what I've been up to.
We discovered there isn't necessarily a perfect strategy for doing this, but we did come up with a strategy that seems to work well enough and utilized an excessive amount of painter's tape.
See how well this template works. So, this would be the wall insulation. And then we'd spray foam or adhesive it down so it sticks there. And this would be just under our bed because it's durable but not that attractive. I got like 12 layers on, and I'm in a t-shirt. Well, I'm pleasantly pleased by the way that it fits at present.
Okay, so what's the game plan?
I think this works for me. How do you feel about it?
I love it.
We get to play with this foam now. This is the foam. It is closed celled. Basically, it feels like styrofoam, like almost stuff that you'd stab fake flowers into to make an arrangement. But according to Tom, this is the bee's knees. Remember this guy? He came out a couple of episodes back to kind of go through the entire boat and give us his thoughts on the overall setup and direction that we could take to rebuild the boat. He probably left thinking that we were a couple of goofballs that were taking on way more than we should. But he didn't let us know that, and I really enjoyed his insight. Since I have actually been out to his shop, it is amazing, and the work that he does is top-notch. So if you're looking for a boat expert in the Portland area, Tom is definitely the guy to call. Now back to that foam. Because we weren't going to contour it to anything, we needed to stiffen it up a little bit so we could shape it and get it ready to be installed in the boat. I added a layer of glass to provide the rigidity so we could cut it to size and shape it. This is the bottom, so we're not too terribly concerned, and it came out pretty well. What we really want to make sure is that we'll get some rigidity when we actually use this to shape the whole project. So, and that feels pretty good. About exactly what I was expecting. While we had the top of the foam exposed, I wanted to fill in all those little squares. So I mixed up a batch of fairing compound and squeegeed them in. After that cured, we were ready for shaping. Hey.
Hi. Are you getting eaten alive?
By mosquitoes?
Yeah,
Haven't noticed any, but it doesn't mean I am not.
I just killed like 5.
Murderer.
Yeah, well, they deserved it. Taking my blood.
Nobody makes you bleed your own blood.
Nobody.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody!
I'm working on this.
Cool, that's a different thing than you were working on last time.
This will be the bathroom floor. This is the old one.
Ew.
That's what it used to be. Very similar, but a lot cleaner. Right on top of here.
Oh, look at that.
Like that. Oh, yeah, get that in. Like that. And this will be the little raised lip to keep water in. And now I'm gonna route out all this top area. I cut these, but haven't shaped fully these guys that'll fit in these holes to make one complete floor.
Cool. And then you can start building giant puzzles.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's
Gets
gross.
the people going.
Real quick, let's go back in time to the first test fit.
I'm sculpting. Feels like I'm sculpting.
Like the sculptor who doesn't keep adding clay to his statue, but strips away the inessentials until the truth is revealed.
Stripping away the inessentials. Check it out. So this side conforms to the hull, and then this side has this thick bevel that I did with the router, and then the foam that will be the floor of the shower area will overlap this area right here just a little bit to make a little lip. So I'll put the foam across here, and that will build off of this, and it'll be a little lip to keep the water in, and then it'll transition from wood, which is not friendly to water, to foam, which is completely invulnerable to water.
Great.
How about that? Want to see if it fits upstairs?
Sure.
It'll work for me, but not for my tall friends. Kelly, will you fit? There it is.
That is substantial.
Isn't it more comfortable than standing in those holes?
And sliding around like you're doing?
Yeah.
Whoa.
You find a spot?
I did.
Where is it? Oh, yeah.
Well, this suit has seen better days. I guess it's a one-time use thing.